And Jesus saw that the people came running together. He rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him and enter into him no more. And the spirit cried. I love the specificity with which Christ spoke. He didn't say come out. He didn't say leave today and you can come back tomorrow. He said leave and don't you ever come back. Anyway. And the spirit cried and rent him sore and came out of him, and he was as one dead, insomuch that many said, He is dead. And Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was coming to the house, his disciples asked him privately, Why could we not cast him out? And he said unto them, This kind cometh forth by nothing, but by prayer and fasting. So let me give you the interpretation before I give you the application. Why did Jesus say, This kind cometh not forth, but by prayer and fasting? When we understand that heaven gives earth meaning and earth gives heaven expression, when we understand that that's like physicality is an expression of reality. Physicality is not reality. Spirit is reality. Then physicality is an expression of that reality. It's one of the expressions. And when we pray, we're tuning out the voices that come into our ears. We close our eyes when we pray so we can tune out the images that come into our eyes. We're turning off our sensory mechanisms to become more in tune with spirit and less in tune with physicality. The same thing is true with fasting. When we fast, we are, well, at first when we say, okay, I'm not going to eat, or I'm not going to eat food, I'm not going to drink water, the first thing that happens is our flesh starts screaming at us because it wants to be in control. Can I get a witness? Some of us, our flesh is screaming at us even when we ain't fast. I'm just saying, right? And it wants to be in control. But when we stop taking in food over a period of time, what happens is we become less in tune with the flesh and more in tune with the spirit. And it heightens our awareness of God and his powerfulness. And I know it's his power, but powerfulness sounds bigger. And so Jesus said, the reason you couldn't cast out this demon is because you were so in tune with how things seemed that you could not see how things are. And I am here to tell you that this story, when he said to this man, if you can believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And here's the problem. We think that declaring is a belief is the same thing as having one. But is what you believe leaking out of your actions? Is it overflowing out of your daily activity into your daily activities? What you believe? Well, the reality is it is. But is what you say you believe overflowing? Only if you actually believe it. People will do affirmations, right? They'll do positive affirmations about things they don't believe. And they think that the positive affirmation in itself is some kind of magic incantation that's going to produce some result for a person who doesn't even believe what's coming out of their mouth. And all it's going to do is produce in that person the feeling of, I know I'm lying. I mean, I'm picking up what I'm putting down. And I believe we should have positive affirmations, but I believe that a positive affirmation without a positive awareness is a farce. It's not real. And a person who has a positive awareness and no positive affirmation is going to outproduce somebody with a positive affirmation and no positive awareness. Because the reality is we're already believing something. But here's the question I have for you about your beliefs before I get into what I'm going to talk to you about. The beliefs that you're carrying around with you and nurturing and have been for years, are they beliefs that serve you and give you the ability to serve other people? Or are they beliefs that don't? That's the real question. Like, when I coach a salesperson, I coach people in sales. You know the biggest thing that makes sales hard for salespeople for whom it's hard? They're thinking about themselves. Man, I hope that presentation came across okay. Man, I hope I didn't sound like, man, I hope they buy because I really need the commission. None of that matters. Like, when you can get to the place in your life and in your business where that is not what matters most to you, but serving the people who are in front of you is what matters most to you, it'll change the game for you forever for the rest of your natural life.